The divorce papers quivered in my hand as I studied my husband's face. Not from sorrow or hesitation, but from the sheer effort it took to keep a straight face. "So you're really just walking away?" Michael asked, his eyebrows arched in a show of fake concern, his fingers laced with Jessica's, his mistress. She lounged beside him on my designer sofa, the one I'd scrimped and saved for 6 months to afford. "I'm taking my personal belongings," I said calmly, setting the papers on the coffee table between us. "Just so we're clear." Jessica's gaze swept across our living room, pausing on the sleek pendant lights, the curated furniture, the hand-picked decor that had turned this outdated house into something straight out of Architectural Digest. "This place is stunning," she murmured, her fingers grazing the velvet armrest. "It's everything I've ever dreamed of." "Your old clothes, whatever, take them," Michael said, waving a hand dismissively. "They just remind me of our miserable years together." I nodded, not bothering to correct his assumption. "Movers will be here tomorrow," I replied, "and just a reminder, you agreed to no division of property." My name is Emily. I'm 29, an interior designer, and this is the story of how I reclaimed more than just a house. 3 years ago, I married Michael, believing we were true partners. He was 34, a construction manager, and had inherited his grandparents' house just before we met. The place was solid, but stuck in the 1980s. Beige walls, scratched laminate floors, and furnished with mismatched hand-me-downs and cheap big-box store-buys. When we got married, I saw a canvas. With my design expertise and personal savings, I transformed that tired property into a masterpiece. Every detail was intentional, mid-century modern furniture that honored the home's structure, statement chandeliers that drew the eye, custom drapes that framed the windows perfectly. I tracked every purchase meticulously, a habit from my profession and a necessity because Michael was reckless with money. That recklessness bled into our marriage. The small slights piled up, dishes left in the sink despite our shared chore agreement, complaints about the dinners I cooked after 10-hour workdays, snide remarks about my obsession with aesthetics. I kept trying, convinced marriage demanded compromise. But 6 months ago, I found his texts to Jessica, a 25-year-old temp at his office with an Instagram feed full of unattainable home decor inspo. Their messages revealed what drew her to him, access to the gorgeous home she thought he had built. "Michael has incredible taste," she texted a friend. "His wife's always working and doesn't appreciate what he's created." I saved everything, screenshots of their chats, dinner reservations, hotel receipts, not to confront them, but to confirm my suspicions. When I reached out to Jessica, suggesting a meeting to discuss the situation, she seemed thrilled rather than remorseful. She showed up at our house in a dress that screamed special occasion, clearly costing more than her weekly paycheck. "I just want you to know," she began, leaning forward with rehearsed sincerity, "I never meant to hurt you, but when two people connect like Michael and I—" "Let's get this over with," I cut in, sliding the divorce papers across the table. Michael and I had agreed before marriage, no division of property in case of divorce. Jessica's eyes sparkled as she squeezed his hand. "See, I told you she'd be reasonable," she said. Michael nodded, his shoulders relaxing. "Emily's always been practical," he said. "It's one of her better traits." The fact that he'd called me Emma a few times recently didn't faze me. He'd been slipping up for months. "Let me show you around," Jessica said, abruptly standing. "I have so many ideas for this place." I watched in silence as she glided through my meticulously designed rooms, her fingers brushing surfaces already erasing me in her mind. "These chandeliers are incredible," she said, "and this dining table, is it custom?" "It is," I replied. "Everything here was chosen to enhance the space." "Perfect," she breathed. "I wouldn't change a thing." "You won't have to," Michael assured her. "Emily's just taking her clothes and personal stuff, right?" I nodded, keeping my thoughts to myself. "Movers will be here at 9 a.m. tomorrow. That night, I stayed in the guest room, listening to their muffled laughter from what used to be our bedroom. Sleep didn't come. Instead, I double-checked my inventory lists, ensuring nothing was missed. At exactly 9 a.m., the movers arrived, 2 large trucks and 6 professionals from the top company in town, one I often partnered with for my design clients. "Morning, Ms. Carter," the foreman said. "Got your inventory list? Big job today." Michael and Jessica emerged, still in robes, visibly irritated by the noise. "Why 2 trucks?" Jessica asked, frowning as workers began wrapping the living room artwork. "How many clothes do you have?" I didn't respond, just handed the foreman my tablet with the detailed inventory. The crew worked with precision, blanketing furniture, detaching light fixtures, even removing the custom drapes. It took Michael 20 minutes to catch on. "What the hell?" he yelled, storming toward the workers dismantling the sectional sofa. "Stop! That's my couch." I handed him a folder. "Here are the receipts. Every piece of furniture, every appliance, every light fixture, every decor item. I bought them with my money after we married." His face paled as he scanned the documents. "You can't, we've been using this stuff for years." "Usage doesn't mean ownership," I said evenly. We agreed, no division of property. "You're taking everything?" Jessica's voice hit a shrill pitch. "Not the house," I clarified. "That's Michael's, just everything in it." By noon, the living room was bare except for the built-in shelves. By 2 p.m., the kitchen had only cabinets and countertops. By 4 p.m., even the curtain rods were gone. Michael alternated between begging and threatening. "You'll regret this," he hissed as the workers packed the surround sound system. "I'll sue." "On what grounds?" I asked. "We signed an agreement. You keep what's yours, I take what's mine." As the final truck was loaded, a small van pulled up. 2 men in coveralls approached. "Ms. Carter, we're here for the wallpaper removal," one said. Jessica, who'd been slumped on the floor since the dining chairs were taken, looked up, horrified. "The wallpaper?" "Custom designed," I explained. "Made for this house, cost $8,000, paid by my company." "You can't take the walls," Michael shouted. "Not the walls," I corrected, "just what's on them. Like I said, my personal belongings." I left them in an empty house with bare walls and exposed outlets where my designer sconces once hung. The house looked older than when I'd started, its flaws stark without my carefully placed touches. 2 weeks later, Michael called, his voice stripped of the confidence that once drew me to him. "Emily, please," he began. "Jessica left. She said she couldn't live like this. I need your help." "We need my help?" I asked. "I mean, I need your help," he corrected. "I was wrong about us, about Jessica, about the house. I didn't realize how much you put into it. Jessica kept complaining. Nothing was good enough. The secondhand stuff I got looks awful. She said she didn't sign up for a frat house." "That sounds tough," I said, feeling nothing. "Could you maybe come back, or at least help me make this place livable?" I thought of the furniture now in my new apartment. I'd sold most of it, too many memories, and used the money to design a space that reflected the new me. "That's not possible," I said, "but good luck with your decorating." I hung up and blocked his number. The divorce was finalized a week ago, closing that chapter for good. Some spaces once cleared are better left empty.